On.
Yeah.
The coffee is pouring. I believe we are live. We are officially live.
Well, mine didn't. My little thing here didn't turn red yet. So.
Oh,
here we go.
Russ says, "Come on, then. Let's be having you."
Yeah. Really?
Yes. We're a little late, but we're here. We're here.
Yeah, but So last night had me really thinking about that, about like how there are cries in literary circles to do pretty much an official censorship board for novels, and it's like, really, this is what it's like. Who are these people who want this?
Well,
you mentioned eBay was clamping down on.
Well, eBay, yeah. So yesterday was the first day of the complete porn ban on eBay. So there's another. So there's another platform that decided that our filthy lucre isn't good enough for their for their platform. And there, and it's like, and there has been like a lot of like new censorship waves mostly for adult material. But the thing is, though, that a lot of people don't understand is like, porn is an easy target because it's an easy target. For the billions of dollars pornography makes in the United States, I mean, people are really won't protect it. And there's your slippery slope. Everyone loves to talk about a slippery slope. And then now what's happening is that you have people who are like banning pornography, and now they're extending those ideas into literary works, which is the content warning and trigger warning debate that I'm seeing on Twitter right now. And it's people who literally go out of their way to search out the stuff that they're offended by, and then go out of their way on top of that to rally against this stuff for existing when they were the ones who searched it out to begin with. So when Lola last night started going on this whole thing about lore, and obviously about what people were talking about, it was like, oh crap, here it is.
Yeah, it's on her doorstep. No, yeah, she felt compelled to do that because there was a video. Someone
they went out of their way to do a video too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were critical of it. And then she was contacted by two people.
We could screen snipe it if you want.
Who were like, hey, and so she just felt like, but the thing is, they were wrong. They were wrong.
Obviously.
They didn't have the whole story.
They never do.
And it's like, it's not a self-insert book. It's not that, but
I mean, did the photo cover confuse them?
I think it didn't. I think confuse is the wrong word.
I would, because it's like, the fact that they even tried to drag my artwork into it. It's like, I don't know. It's like, would you have liked it better if I did a cover for it? Not that I would have minded. I mean, I don't know what the argument is.
It's like, it was, and the thing is, if you're gonna be a
Joe is threatening us this morning. Morning, all. That is the last pot of coffee you are pouring. What does that mean, Joe? Are you threatening us?
It's the forever last pot of coffee. Yeah.
It's one of, if you're going to be an advocate or a reporter for this industry, there's a couple of things that you
that is not advocacy.
You missed an important word there, Varian. That word is pretend.
Yeah.
You're going to pretend to be an advocate for this industry. You sure as fuck better know what you're talking about.
But the thing is, what they were even arguing is not advocacy. It's like, these were people who are uptight that a pornographic book existed, and that mind you, that they looked for. It's not like Lola's being published by Playboy or anything. You can find it everywhere.
Yeah.
And they went looking for it, and then got mad that they found it.
It's only so long before they find everything else. Like, if you think that's the tip of the iceberg.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, and that's why it's so this whole thing about content warnings and trigger warnings or whatnot, which in and of itself is not a bad thing. I understand why there would be certain things that people want to avoid. But when you're talking about people want an official body to make these decisions, then it's like, wait, it's like, you're advocating for actual censorship, because in the end, it's like, this is what this becomes. And already there was discussions about how content warnings were being used as a way to do soft censorship on a lot of books,
yes,
on certain websites, even to the point that people are making up trigger warnings just so they can block certain books.
Yeah. There's a there's a guy who in comics, I'm not going to say his name, but I know that he does a lot of trolling online. But he said
people really need to get, like, really, that's literally a situation, like, get a job. Really, it's like, go do something with your life.
He said, I'm all for the return of the CCA. I think we should have a Comics Code Authority back. And I'm like, and even though he's a troll and he likes to joke around and shit posts like that, sometimes that's how that shit starts.
Right? Yeah. Because people put it out there in the world, and then you have the one dick who goes, "Yeah, you're right." Mm-hmm. It's like, it's the whole stupid Thanos thing. It's like, you're right, and I go, "Oh God." Yeah. No, he's not right. Stop it.
Those who want the CCA back have never been under the CCA.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
That's the big thing. They're not old enough to know what it's like to have to deal with that.
And it's like, look, it's also something that I mentioned yesterday. It's like, my family on both sides, have lived under actual fascist dictatorships. And, my grandfather spent 3 years in a concentration camp because of that. And it took him a while to acclimate back into society after he was released. And what happened was that he found out that one of his neighbors ratted him out again to whatever they called, I guess, like the Gestapo under Franco. And him and my grandmother spent the entire day burning all their books because he swore he would never go back again to a camp, because he knew if he went back, he was never getting out the second time. So now imagine that. Look around you and imagine having to burn all your books because a neighbor ratted you out to the police for thought crime. Okay. So this is not a hypothetical for me. This is real. This is reality. And the fact that people want this is, I can't, yes, I know. It's like, I can't, I just can't imagine why this is something important to them.
I agree.
Those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
That's why. And most people have no grasp of history.
But before you hit the intro, I have a story quote for you. There's these two rabbits, and they're running to the field. These dogs come out, attack these rabbits. The rabbits run. They jump in a hole. The dogs are circling around the hole. The girl rabbit looks at the male rabbit. She says, "We're doomed. We'll never get out of here now." The male rabbit says, "Nah, don't worry. In 30 minutes, we'll outnumber them." Will Eisner.
There you go.
Will Eisner said that.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book on Will Eisner, and that's his.
That's funny.
It made me think about
evergreen content.
It made me think about how, in 30 minutes, we'll outnumber everyone who's crazy in comics.
I would hope, but no, I don't think so. Unfortunately, no, because we're not rabbits.
No,
and we're too busy with our own work to create the dozens of sock puppets that are required to keep that campaigning up. Apparently,
yeah.
Yes.
You had to create like 19.
What the fuck is the matter with people in this business?
Oh, for real. I mean, this thing had me really, really thinking about it last, but like thinking in a proper way, not in a 13-year-old angry at me from Twitch.
You want to get the intro, Randy? So
we can talk.
Yeah, we
can talk about this on the other side here.
Yeah.
It seems to be a topic of discussion, which is a lot better than Batman's eating habits.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Ridiculous marketing BS.
Here we go.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Good Thursday morning. Oh, coffee's still low. I'll take it now.
I got it. I got the coffee. There we are. Oh, there we are.
Good Thursday morning,
in all our early morning glory.
Yeah. Good Thursday morning. My name is Varian Grant. I'm the founder of Indie Vote Media LLC. Started making comics way back in 2008.
A baby.
Long time, so long. Yeah, so long ago.
There's no history back then.
No.
Yeah. It was before recorded history.
We had to walk 3 blocks to get to the comic shop.
Yeah, we still had MySpace, I think. This is the Indie Vote Breakfast Buzz. Hello, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm here with Randy Zimmerman. Randy, introduce yourself.
Hey, folks, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I have been in this business for probably longer than most of you have been alive. Anyway, started way back with Arrow Comics back in the mid to late 80s, and I've been freelancing and doing everything in direct comics that you can imagine ever since. So I did my own newspaper for a decade. I've coordinated conventions. I've retailed for a decade, met my wife while I was retailing, and that was 30 years ago. And now I'm working hard to bring back Arrow Comics 4.0 this time, back to the direct market where we'll be offering products again for the retailers. So it's available exclusively through Liberty Entertainment Distributors. So if you're a retailer out there, get over to ledg.us and take a look at Liberty. It's a unique, different kind of distributor. And I'm very happy to be associated with that and have Arrow Comics going through there in order to be available to you, to your shops at a good discount rate. So go over there and take a look. So that's me. We're also joined today by our co-host, Daphne Lage. Daphne,
hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992 because I don't know any better. And I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which is just finishing up shipping out to everybody. Thank you for supporting the Kickstarter for this. And I'm also known for my medieval fantasy Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which I'm beginning to pack up the Kickstarter rewards for, and also available through Liberty Distribution in case you want to try to convince your local comic book shop to carry these in their store. So you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and eagleworks.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art. Oh, and the usual disclaimer, I have a parrot right here, so if you hear any weird noises, that's him.
Yes, it's not your your smoke detector this morning. It could be Daphne's parrot.
Exactly.
If you're, I wouldn't worry unless you're smelling smoke.
Yes, exactly.
Randy, did you see the funny question we had yesterday about the way that the
well, did you want to continue the CCA discussion, or just tie in?
It kind of ties in, but I would like to say that we have a new we have a new saying on this show.
Oh, okay.
No longer females.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Female.
Oh, I thought you had a clip.
Come on, I don't have a clip. I'm gonna clip it.
DS9 to look at. Come on.
Yeah.
No, we need. Yeah, it's all every time. It's like females. Yeah, it's like every time. every time.
Because the guy was upset about the way they sit on Twitch.
Right. But here's the thing though. It's like, and my it's like he was upset that it's like, oh, why is it that all the female artists are all sitting weird to show off their body when they should be showing off their artwork? And it's like, well, why are you searching out these channels? You know, there's plenty. I mean, we know this is not everybody who does this. So it's like, you're like, searching this out and then complaining you're finding it.
Yeah. Did you notice? They won.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said too. It's like, we'll stop doing it when you stop watching it.
I remember my son asked me, he's a big fan of Dreaded Dinosaur, and he says, hey, why is Dreaded Dinosaur, he asked Eric, he says, why is Dreaded Dinosaur's tongue blue? And Eric said, because you noticed. That's why his tongue is blue. But my son, the reason why my son asked that is because he's got another picture of Dreaded Dinosaur, an early picture when Dreaded Dinosaur's tongue was pink.
Oh, there you go. Oh, detail oriented.
Yeah. So he's like, why this I told him he ate Smurfs. He didn't like that.
Also, but no, the easy answer is that lizard tongues are blue. So
he has a mood tongue. That's all right.
Yeah. So we were talking about the CCA, and people want it. Some people wanting it back, and people are actually trying to find new ways to bring it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that's really disturbing. They're trying to find new ways of doing it, which is the whole discussion about content warnings. Now, like I said, most of this discussion,
content warnings sometimes though serve a real purpose.
No, and it does, and that's part of the discussion too. That it's like, you know, yes, it's like I understand. Like there's a website literally dedicated to called doesthedogdie.com. You know, so it's like you want to find out anything, you go to that website and you can read up on, you know, it's like, does the dog die? But also like all other topics too that you're trying to avoid or find, apparently. And the thing is that like I understand the need for that, but also at the same time, you also have to understand how easily abusable, if that's a word, this whole thing can be as well. Because like I said, it's like on some websites, literary websites, they're using content warnings as a way to soft censor books. And you know, and then it's like, and there are people who, and what the real argument is that people are pushing for an official body that would, you know, force publishers and creators to put trigger warnings or content warnings on their books.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, you know, it's, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, how, you know, it's like, oh, what could possibly go wrong with that? You know?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, and it's just like, and then it's like, you know, Lola gets the weird questions. Yes, you know, gets that weird, you know, thing that she had to comment about yesterday. And then here we're talking about a guy who's all he's watching are videos of Twitch streamers who are, you know, all, you know, in the camera and then he's forward. Yeah, and he's all complaining. It's like, why are you all doing that? It's like, well, but you're looking for that.
Yeah.
And then we're getting blamed for the fact that, you know, he can't adjust his viewing habits, just the way Courtney, our 13-year-old Twitch nemesis, blamed us for her trolls. You know, and it's like, what does that have to do with me?
I'm behind on that. Did Courtney get trolled?
Yeah, well, that was the reason why she was one of the questions that she sent. That she was complaining that, you know, she's trying to draw and on Twitch and she's getting all these trolls, and it's like, well, you know, that's a thing that happens. We recommend you moderating your thing and this, that, and the other thing. You know, we gave her a real answer. And then she goes back and she says, no, this is your fault that I'm getting trolls because you're sitting there being all raunchy with your titties out and drawing child porn and wearing makeup. And because of you guys, people won't take me seriously as an artist. And I'm going,
and don't forget me.
Did she use the child porn line?
Yeah,
because
if she did,
she's sadly mistaken.
Yeah, because I was like, well, who the fuck are you looking at? You
and,
know?
and don't forget Nita Sour Attitude.
Yeah, it needed a sour attitude, and she blamed Meredith. I was somehow the ringleader, but Meredith was the one who was supposed to like rein us all in. That's where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle joke came about. So, you know, so it's like, so it's So
That's like this clip that we run every once in a while to end the show.
How can he close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Exactly. That's the
It is.
perfect ending. You know, I mean, it's like that's the thing, and it's people like Courtney who are pushing this narrative that we have, and mind you, she said this that we were problematic and that we had to be eliminated.
Yeah, removed.
And it's like,
Did she say that we had to be removed?
Removed. Yeah.
Removed.
Did she say that? Did she really say that?
It was insane, you know, and it was just like,
Wow.
One, I'm not problematic because I'm a person, not a problem. You know, because the word problematic means actual problem, not something you are uncomfortable with. Okay. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. And really removed, honey, you're the one who's not controlling your own narrative.
Well, it's like you say.
Issue.
It's like you say all the time,
Curate your
experience. Yeah.
Did she say that she was a little kid?
No, she didn't.
No,
but-
what happened was that I told the story to JD, and she gave enough details for him to go looking her up on Twitch.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he found her.
So
And
yeah, he says that. Oh, she's a legit child.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
But-
So yeah.
It's. I would think. I remember someone telling me, and this was, about 7 years ago. Was it a Wizard World show? And this guy walks past me, and he has a approved by the Comics Code CCA shirt
Right.
on.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably one. It was either
Which kind of hits different now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a CBLDF one, or it could have been a bootleg
Yeah.
one. Now
Yeah.
I made some that says not approved, just as a
Right.
joke. But this guy, he's a publisher, and I wish people knew the fucking history about that. And
Right.
he starts going off about it, and he says, "Dude, I love comics." He says, "My grandfather owned a comic book shop. My dad was a comic book artist, and now I'm a comic book artist." He says, "But that, to me, that logo," and he says, "is the same way that you as a black person would feel if you saw someone carrying a Confederate flag." He said, "When I see somebody wearing, I'm like, what, is it that deep?" And now to this day,
it's like wearing a T-shirt of Joe McCarthy. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like,
I don't know if it's as deep as the Confederate flag, but I can definitely see the McCarthy.
yeah,
McCarthy,
exactly.
definitely. It's like
Which, by the way, Walt Disney also worked with McCarthy to feed his own animators to the Anti-American League and to have them blacklisted. So yeah, it's just a little detail.
Wow, that was an interesting sidebar, grasped out of thin air and flopped right there in this show.
Yeah.
well, could you
Out of context.
Now, anybody who does any reading on Disney will realize that he was a major shit.
Yeah,
Could
he
you-
was. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like,
Look, I still love his stuff. I still love his legacy, but let's not pretend that this man was all flowers and
Everybody has
glitter.
their
Yeah.
dark sides. You dig
Yeah.
far. Well, look at all these people out there who
Mhm.
start screaming that Stanley is racist. Come on.
well, there's movies of Walt, and I always think like, why are these movies about Walt so sunflowery, sweet?
Oh yeah, that's marketing. That's
Yeah.
all marketing. It's like
Mickey-
P.T. Barnum
Yeah.
too. It's
Walt
like,
before Mickey. Did you ever see that one?
no, I don't watch it. I didn't watch any of it. I read all the books.
Well, there's one. There's a movie. It's got the kid from I say the kid, but it's got the guy from American Pie in it.
Right.
And Sandlot.
Jason Biggs.
No, the other one. But it's called Walt Before Mickey, and it's a look at Walt Disney before he, invented
Right.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay.
When he
Yeah.
had Mortimer and everything,
Mhm.
and
Where
they,
he stood on Ub Iwerk's back the entire
yeah,
time.
they have they have Ub in there and everything, and it's like
Yeah.
and they show Walt getting kicked out of his different studios he would start, and it's really interesting because it's like Walt was like the perpetual victim his entire and I'm like,
No.
Walt did a lot of victimizing himself, but this movie, and then there was the one with Saving Mr. Banks, which was like,
That's all marketing. That's all
Yeah.
marketing. Look, if you want a really random Walt Disney fact, do you know where the Disney point comes from? You know how you go to any either Disney store or whatever, like everyone points like this, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the initial idea was that it's considered rude to point.
Mhm.
So if you double it like this, it's like it's not considered as rude.
Yeah.
But well, I don't know if this is true or not, but you know what? It's so funny. I think about it. I think it's true no matter what, because it's kind of urban legend.
Mhm.
So every statue, even the partner statue, they say, okay, so Disney's hand is always like this, so he's always like, he's pointing like this. It's like, oh, you see, that's where the Disney point comes from, because that's how Disney used to point, so we learned it from that. And it's like, no, it's not. This is what your hand looks like when a cigarette is edited out of it.
Yeah.
So that's where the Disney point comes from. It's because after he passed, they started editing out all the cigarettes from his photograph, or all like materials, I guess like the accessible materials.
Yeah.
So every photo has him pointing like this. But you got to remember, it's because he used to have a cigarette there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good old Walt. Good old. And you know what?
I don't know. Who cares?
I know. When I was talking to people who worked at the park, they're telling me that you can't stop and bend over and pick up anything. If there's trash, you have to scoop down.
Yeah, you have to.
Up.
Yeah. It's like you have to use the little tongs and stuff. Yeah.
It's great. They're running their own little private cult over there, and it's
yeah. It's a whole thing.
I'm gonna start Indie Vote Land one day. I'm gonna have all types of weird rules. Right. I think all of our people will be very rude though. You come in there. Hi, what the fuck do you want?
So you'd be Six Flags then?
Yeah.
You'd be more like Six Flags.
Yeah. Where's the Spank the Monkey ride? It's fucking over there. Are you blind? That'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah. But but somehow we're supposed to be trusting these corporations, speaking of Disney, that we're supposed to be trusting corporations to use this type of soft censorship in our favor. It's
Makes you all fucking crazy.
Well, yes, because this is the stuff we have to put up with.
JD Calderon says it sounds like another group of people trying to gain control of a group of people because they themselves had no ability to affect change.
That's what it is.
Something irrelevant. Yeah,
that's what it is. It's kind of like the whole. It's like instead of actually going out and helping real people, we're gonna get Pepe Le Pew removed from a friggin' movie about space basketball. Oh, congratulations on your activism.
Yeah. By the way, I'm pretty sure that movie. If I was the Toon Squad, I'd be worried because your boy LeBron just got put out in the first round. It's never happened to him before. It's like he's coming off his worst season yet, and now he's gonna be in a movie where he has to save the world through basketball. I think we're done.
I bet he won't miss in the movie.
But you know what? But really, no Comics Code Authority. Never again. Never again.
No.
Because I was thinking about scenarios, how this would, kind of like even just regular content warnings, how it could go wrong really, really quickly. We were at a convention once, and we were sitting next to a guy who became completely enamored with Tall Tales, which we don't mind because it's a great book. So of course he got enamored with it. But he asked a question about it that kind of threw us for a loop because we've never had anybody ask this question about it.
We are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's booby coin shirts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you saw my bat signal. I saw.
Booby coin. Yep.
So
raccoon hats and booby coin shirts. Yeah.
So he got enamored with the comic, and then he just turns to us and he asked, "Are they gay people are any of the characters gay in Tall Tales?" And we were kind of like just taken aback because we never thought about it. It's like we never, and it's like we said, no, we don't. I mean, that's not, but the thing is though, even though, like he was just okay with it, it didn't matter. But the thing is though, it was an awkward question to ask because it's like, why? Because it's like, because on one hand, it's like, why? Is it because you can't enjoy it unless it has gay people in it? Or is this some kind of judgment call? You're kind of like pointing at us saying, well, how come you don't have gay people in your story? Which has, well, this is
and she's frozen.
Am I?
No,
You
you're back
were.
now.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, weird, because nothing happened on my end here.
You're frozen at this.
Oh, okay.
You
So
gotta-
so
if you
I'll
can go
just,
back
I'll
to
just
that.
okay. So I'll go back to this. So yeah, so it's like, so so at the same time, it's like, so was he making a judgment call on us by asking that? So already the conversation just by asking that one question made everything awkward for us, right? So conversely though, somebody could just as easily ask that question about any other book. Does your book have gay people in it? For the sole purpose of avoiding books with gay people in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, so here you have what's supposed to be a simple content question being used, the same question, as a tool for bigotry. So it's like, is this something you really want to make easier?
Yeah.
And also conversely, just because a book does have gay people in it, again, my joke about is this gender positive, because I still don't know what that means. If a book does have gay people in it, in the end, what does that mean? It's like, okay, what if I'm writing a story where there's gay people in my world, but it's not about gay people or gay anything? Is that still acceptable? Is that still an acceptable answer to the question? So, because it's like, then it's like, well, what are you in the end? What are you looking for? So already it's like the whole content thing is already, just with one question not changing, you already have 3 different kind of disastrous results.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to point out about labels.
Yeah.
Because labels sometimes are very important. Look at what Tipper Gore did for the music industry.
Right. Yeah.
You go out there and you warn people that this album has explicit language in it.
Right.
So all the moms can go out there with their buying albums for their little kids, can go, I'm not going to buy that album for you because it's got an explicit language in it.
Right.
But what actually ended up happening is that the albums that actually carried that label started selling more because people were going out hunting down that label in order to find the explicit stuff, because, this album has to be hot because it's got all this. And then that led to all of this. There was a small period of time there in rock and roll and in rap where they were going out and actually testing that limit. If we have to carry that label, is this too much? Is this too much? And you ended up with I can see the album cover in my head because it's got 3 women in bikinis on it.
Two Live Crew, which is another went to
and
Congress.
And Bloodhound Gang, where they're going out and doing things intentionally to be, is this explicit? Do you define this as explicit, or do you define this as explicit?
If I'm going to be required by law to have a label, I'm going to, then it's like, you know what, I'm going to make that label worth it.
But there are so many people that were willing to jump on that.
Yeah.
I see it on, people who want to educate themselves. Like I get, I feel, I always sigh when if I go through Artist Alley and I see someone's taking the ESRB logo and put on their comic.
Yeah, because they don't understand you have to pay for that.
Yeah. And it's like, first of all, that's the wrong rating system, dumbass.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, you have to pay for it. You just can't just, that's the video game rating system. That doesn't even matter. It doesn't work for your printed material.
Right.
Why is it? Well, they put it on their books. Because it's a book for that. Oh,
right. Yeah.
Idiot. But they don't understand. And then it's you're in such a hurry to label everything and give yourself a rating system. When I'm telling you right now, there's a couple documentaries. Give yourself if you're not doing anything on Juneteenth, there's a couple documentaries you can watch. One is on the MPAA and how dirty it is.
Yeah, exactly.
How they meet in secret. Meet in secret, and no one knows who they are. They go to this little warehouse. The guy tried to get in there to film it, and he couldn't. It was almost like he was going to get killed if he tried to get in there and record.
And these
anything.
Are people controlling your media.
Yeah, and which
not to bring it back up again, but that's what I think really happened with this whole Batman discussion. That it was like really like, because we're talking about a TV show, and and these are kind of like remnants of the MPAA and the Comics Code Authority coming together and creating this ridiculous marketing conversation. Yeah.
I enjoy books with every type of character in it. I remember I got a book. I remember I wrote on my old Facebook account. This is like 10 years ago now. I have a character in one of my stories that he's a gay man. Now he just, this happens to be he's gay, and I have a friend who's gay, and I said, "Hey man, could you give me some pointers? And can I reach out to you for tips and stuff? And if I need to know anything." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I kind of based the character on him, and he told me, he says, "Varian, look, don't make this me. Allow for This is fantasy. This is your
Right.
Don't be so rigid. People are gonna read this comment so they can escape reality. The second someone comes and says, no, this isn't what
Right.
a person would do.
That whole reality thing. Yeah.
If only Marvel and DC would understand that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when you do that, it snaps you back out of the fantasy element. It takes you out of that and puts you right back in the real world.
Yeah.
And there's all your problems back in. And so I told him, I said, "Oh, okay, I guess I can appreciate that." And I let him. I let him see the script, and he said, "This is great. This is, I like it." But I guess I don't want any type of governing body over comics, especially because, listen, you want a governing body, you have to remember this: you don't get to say who's in control,
right?
Because,
exactly.
You think the community's bad? Imagine when those community people are in charge of what you can and can't put in your comic book.
They're already trying to do that now.
Yeah. Exactly.
So.
And that's the thing. And it's like the people who are so quick to jump on that bandwagon, they are so sure that the stuff that they like won't be affected by this. That's how sure that, oh no, it's just you filthy pornographers and whatnot. You're the ones the people, who love gore and stuff. You're the bad people that this is going to affect. It's like, really? Like I said, my grandfather spent the day burning all of his books because he didn't know, he wasn't going to take a chance on what was going to throw him back into the camps. So it's like, you know what? No, that's not how it works.
Well, a lot of the folks that want to constrain that don't have that education.
No,
they don't have a sense of
They
history.
really don't.
They don't have a grasp of how reality really works. And that happens as you get older. You're able to look back with perspective and put things in their proper context, which these kids just don't want to do.
And what's funny? It's a lot and it is a lot of kids too. So it's like a lot of like 16 to 30. Now I'm calling 30-year-old kids, but that seems to be the demographic. The age demographic of the people that I see arguing this stuff online between like 16 and 30. And it's like, really, it's like, how desperate you are to be infantilized by a government agency. I mean, it's like, how desperate are you for that?
Well, they don't want to think. A lot of people don't want to think. They want those labels. They live by those labels. You're an ist, you're a phobe, I'm part of this community, or I virtue signal this flag or whatever, instead of just living their freaking lives and letting everybody else live theirs.
But you know what? But I think that's what terrifies them, living their lives, and that's the saddest thing of all.
Well, and also they're baited on by social media, which gives them a platform in order to push their ist and their phobes in as few characters as possible.
So.
We have a question here from Indie Vote Radio, and it is actually from Lola's first, one of Lola's, but he wrote, he says, his name is Larry. He says, hello, Varian. I have a question for you and your panel. Everyone you have on has created comics. How do you guys feel when you see a comic that has been released? He's referring to an indie comic that has been released, and the person has fallen short of the goalpost. In video games, which is what he's involved in, whenever a bad game comes out, it seems as if the industry as a whole takes a hit. Or we can just laugh at that company that puts out that crap game. Is it the same in indie comics?
I don't think that applies to indie comics as much as it does the mainstream.
Yeah.
Because you see all of this deficient, just horrible horribly done product that comes out, and not everything out of the mainstream is horrible, but there's enough of it out there to bring that part of the mainstream down and become pigeonholed as being ineffectual, propagandic, just every type of bad call. And it only takes a couple of books like that to corrupt the entire run. Where with the independents, it's a lot of people working independently. That's why they're independent, working alternatively. And there's a lot of one voice books out there that are point of view. And that's part of that's really why the indie and the alternative market is booming right now, is because you have people out there who's able to express their opinion instead of toe the line.
Well, now mind you,
or promote the IP.
Right. Now mind you, not that
corrupt the IP.
Right. Yeah. Not that we're not that we're against goofing on people for putting out bad comics.
No. And there are really bad alternative comics out there. There is some, and there is a worse.
Don't get it twisted. We're not below that.
There's a shittier level of alternative comic out there than there are mainstream, but that's because they're indie, they're alternative, they cover the entire spectrum, because there's a lot of hardcore gems out there, and a lot of things like that. Why these programs are so important is to point out projects for people to go take a look at and decide if it's a gem or a stinker.
Right.
In order to back in, because some of these books are being ignored or not seen are incredible. And there's other ones out there that are being seen and even bought into real heavily that are stinkers.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a while for that market the market is always evolving anyway, but it's going to take a while for that to evolve around. It's just like everybody complaining now. There's a hardcore pendulum that swings back and forth. And right now we're way over to the side of people that want censorship and want all these rules and everything can't trigger them and all this.
Right.
And there'll come a time, hopefully, really soon, like within the next decade or so, where that pendulum's going to swing back over and you're going to get some incredible stuff to counter that. We're already starting to see that in a lot of the art forms, where there's works coming out that are countering that on purpose. Oh, did I offend you? Oh, I'm sorry. You're
right. Yeah.
That
sorry,
had that same.
Sorry, yeah.
That's sorry, not sorry. That had that same kind of attitude. That that when enough people make enough money doing that, then it's going to become the popular thing again.
Well, there's a trend in comics that I don't know how old this trend is, because I'm just learning about it now. That there's like a whole trend in grindhouse comics, where it's like, where there's grindhouse movies, where it's like, you have like movies like August Underground or something, where the whole point of the movie is just to be as gross and offensive as possible. Yep. And now it's like I'm beginning to see examples of that in comics too. I think like Tim Vigil, I think, is like the king, but he's, with Faust, he was doing the same thing back then, where it's like,
well, and again, that's an answer
from that comic that are still burned in my brain. Sure.
Absolutely. But that springs off of that pendulum swing again, because that was a direct answer to the CCA and the outrageous rules that popped up. You saw a lot of counter programming pop out, and that were really, really sprung out of Bill Gaines and the Warren magazines that showed people that you can go in that direction. Marvel went in that direction. They started making money doing having girls run around without tops on and doing the super barbarian type books, even though there wasn't some of the Conans are just the same tropes and the same plots over and over again, but they were making money doing it, so they kept doing it. But it's all a pendulum swing. Yeah, that's all.
I don't know if I don't know if I look at someone who makes a bad comic as bringing an entire indie side down.
No,
I think
and again, that's because we're all working as indies. Right. Somebody who does a bad comic is either going to get better or they're going to get out.
Yeah,
I think that
because of the way the market works.
I think
that doesn't necessarily work with the mainstream, where you can do a bad comic and sit there and virtue signal and said, I did this. Right, and then all of a sudden everybody's following,
I don't know if it brings us all down, because when someone does something good, sometimes it doesn't bring everyone else up to that level.
Well, That's
the way the
thing,
market
too.
works.
It's like just because someone is having a successful comic doesn't mean that it rubs off of you
Right.
as well.
Like, because I mean, like I go back to this book
But
I got, the Sovereign Werewolf, the Sovereign Wolf book I got,
Mhm.
which came packaged beautifully. Well, that should be the
industry standard.
Yeah, it should be the new industry standard. Not
Well, hold
everyone's
on.
going
I
to do
think
that.
I have it right over here.
Okay,
So
yeah, if you have one, yes,
yeah.
It's
Hold
not okay. It's not going to become the I would love it if it did, but for some people, it's not going to be something they're going to do. They're still going to be that person who throws their book in a bubble mailer with a hard piece of board and says, "Okay, I'm shipped it out. There's your book." I've had to do that before there was Gemini mailers, and you just pray that it gets there, in one piece, and it generally does. It did, but
Okay, yeah.
did you? Yeah.
So this is the I have yet to open it. So please excuse me if he's watching. And
watch your address if you don't want to be.
I got it here. So this is the box that came in. Like there's absolutely no question as to what I got. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should open it just so because it feels like there's something else in here too. I don't remember what I.
Oh, it's packed. So it's packed exactly like I packed the Liberty distribution boxes, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and the packaging. But you think it would be what would set up like. Now we all have to do that. We all have to move in that direction.
Well, it depends.
For example, our gracious sponsor, Gemini Mailers.
That's true. Yes.
It's a couple people start using them. Everybody needs to use them.
Yeah.
Because it's that good of a product.
Okay. Look. So I just popped the tape here. So here you have the side here, and then it's like when you open.
Yeah.
Look at that. It even had like a pizza box. It's like it has a checklist of what's inside. So look at that. It even has like the backer ID, the perk that I chose there. Honestly, I think this is a little too extra. This is a little too extra. I mean, it's like I put stickers on my boxes, and I think that's just fine. It gives people, the opportunity to see, oh, this is what this box is.
I guarantee you, I think I know why they did that though, because when they were boxing those comics up, they used that as a checklist themselves.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So
they knew what was going on in those boxes.
Oh, look at that! Look at this. So before I even so look at that. So even on the inside. It has, and then it has, this has the contents of this box. Oh, look, personally signed by Ed Winkler, who I guess is the artist of this.
Creator.
So look at that. So look at that. Yep. He boxed it himself. But this is, I still think this is a little mad extra.
I love it. I love it.
And here's
Pops his hail hose.
Yeah.
And this is how he packaged it. So,
now watch this. Now you take that tape off.
Okay, and then it's like, so you take the tape, and there's more bubble wrap.
That's right. Now that's a bubble wrap bag.
Yeah, really. It's like
that's the bag.
So let's see what we got here. Oh, look at it's good. It's a trade. You know what? I literally forgot what I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know that feeling.
The trade.
So you got that cover. Okay, I got the other cover.
Yeah, I got the basic one. So this is the trade, and it also comes with a print on the back.
Still so shiny.
Yeah, really, right? I mean, that's but it's funny. It's like it's the same shine.
Yeah.
It's like it's just for trade paperbacks, it seems to work really well. It's like I'm kind of wondering if he used our other sponsor mixing.
I thought the paper was a little thick in the book. What do you think? The interior paper. I thought it was a little thick. It's not bad at all.
It is thick. It is thick, but probably because he really, he wants the color. I mean, I guess because it is just so much color.
Yeah,
because
it looks like a fine painted book.
Yeah. So because mine is a little thinner. So yeah, so he probably okay. So and then this is what I like though. This is what I like because this is what I do for my own stuff. I like to package all of the extras separately.
Yeah.
So at least that way I can have the book out, and then I have like a neat little place for all of the extras here. And there is a lot of extras in here. Jesus. Oh, look at that. See, and he has a little sticker here closing. Instead of just the usual tape that the rest of us cretins use. Yeah. So here we have. I guess like a checklist. So this is a checklist of everything. Here is. Oh, this is interesting. I guess it's like this is his original version that he probably did probably in high school or something.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to see. How far an artist has come.
Oh yeah.
To see, So that's pretty interesting. And then what else he has here? Okay. Oh yeah, he has a sticker. He has stickers here. And then he has the paper toy this is a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I have to admit, this is a lot going on. Here's another paper toy. I think this might be the body. So here's the body. Here's another print.
Not building that werewolf.
Yeah, and here is another sticker, and here is a pack of trading cards, and I really like that. I don't want to open that, but yeah, let's see. So there we go. So Sovereign Wolf gets gets an unboxing on the show too. So here are the trading cards. So I guess while we're here, is this still available on in-demand or something?
It's still in demand.
So look at all this stuff that you get, all these trading cards.
$25.
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember spending a lot of money on this. Yeah. This is a lot of stuff for $25. Yeah. So now mind you, I think the box is a little, like I said, it's a little extra, but it's something that some people go out of their way for. So honestly, yeah, it's like for $25, I think this is worth the money.
Yeah, and I'm a bit of a I go above and beyond when it comes to stuff like that. So I love it. Yeah. I love it. I messaged him immediately after I got it, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome, and I love it. But I was saying now this so to Larry's question, if someone puts something out bad, does it bring the industry down? I mean, if someone repeatedly does something, I could see someone saying, because we've seen it before, I've lost my faith in indie comics after getting this shit.
Which I don't understand why, because it's like people are more than happy to give Marvel and DC chance after chance after chance, but for some reason we're supposed to be representative of everybody, every independent schmuck out there.
Yeah, we have to. We're responsible for everyone. I get it. I mean, but no, I don't think that it does. I think that we all we're all on kind of our own separate little islands. But it does help to see people doing awesome stuff like that, because now you want to do it.
Well, yeah, it does give us ideas, because that's how we feed off of each other. That's why it's the whole oh, you're my competition, my rivalry type of thing. It doesn't make any sense to me, because I think that there's so much we can learn from each other, because it's like there's a lot of just creatively, there's a lot of good information just in this pile right here.
Like you saw the metal bookmarks that Anthony had, and you were like,
right, exactly. And I'm like, I am so stealing that idea. Yeah. It's like, it's like, how do you say no to that?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, oh, Anthony has it. And it's like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I almost stole JD's bookmark because of it, So it's like, and he goes, no, get your own. It's like, oh, I'll do even better. I'll make my own.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to return the favor and steal her trading cards. So
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I have a metal trading card and 2 metal bookmarks coming in. So hopefully either by Friday or Monday I'll have those.
Nice.
For our radio audience, we've just been joined by Mr. JD Calderon. JD, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is JD Calderon. I'm the writer and creator of the Oswald Chronicles and Tall Tales. And that's pretty much it. And regular podcast.
And mind you, it's
guy who does stuff.
Yeah, it's like, and mind you, it's like this is more of a rare appearance than what was that? Puxaquani Phil or whatever the hell that groundhog name is. This is a rare appearance.
Yeah,
Thursday morning. Yeah,
I'm normally very, very much asleep at this hour.
yeah. I slept really hard last night because I woke up with no shirt on. I don't remember taking my shirt off. I normally sleep with a shirt on. It's very rare for me to sleep. I don't know what happened. I just woke up this morning. I'm like, where's my shirt?
Mm-hmm.
I remember my pants were on, thank God, but
Look, as long as you're not wearing your pants as your shirt and your shirt as your pants, you should be okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
You didn't fall out of bed, so maybe your shirt flew off as you fell off. Like you get hit by a car, your shoes fly off.
Yeah, I wasn't wondering why that happens.
Jake says all those potentials for finger marking on that glossy cover.
Oh yeah, that's the only bad thing. Yeah. You get all the fingerprints on it, and you have to constantly wipe it down. Or that's just me.
That JD, you had a chrome cover, didn't you? Didn't you have a gold foil cover?
Yeah, well, that's you're talking about the original runs on like Tall Tales, Reaver, Dreamweavers. That was like way back in the day.
Oh, hold on, let me see if I can get that. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she probably has them somewhere close to her.
Yeah. Because I was looking through some of those. I'm like, hey, but didn't JD have an all gold?
Oh yeah,
the benefit of organizing everything.
Yeah.
We had gold foil covers. We did all sorts of crazy things back in the day.
Yeah, let me.
We did like red foil, gold foil. I think we did blue at one point.
Look, 1992. That's the original. Here we go. So here is. Yeah. So these are.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at them sparklies.
There you go.
Yeah, actual foil. Back in the Brenner days.
Yeah, that was definitely Brenner.
Yeah,
you're making Varian drool a lot.
Yeah. What's funny is they were a lot of that stuff they tested on our books. Like they just got the equipment.
Yeah. So we did. Here's the variant.
Cool.
Yeah.
Logo hasn't changed.
Not by much. No. I mean, it's like it's obviously been tweaked over the years, but why fix what's not broken?
Oh man.
I want to show you guys something.
Oh wait, but look, this is how old this is. This is, if you look really closely, this is actually a printout that I glued down, that I cut out, you can see like I cut out and I glued down. Mm-hmm. That's how primitive the technology was back then.
Yeah, and look at the cover price. That'll definitely tell you how old it is for an indie comic. $275. Because this one, because this is the reader's edition, which is all just newsprint and whatnot. See, this is why I say Samedi wasn't the originator of this.
Jake says, Daphne, put those historical documents back in the sarcophagus.
Really, that's exactly what this is. Really. Yeah.
Chuck says, I remember Brenner Printing Company. Yeah, me too, Chuck.
Yeah.
I miss Brenner. I miss the smell.
Right. Well, that's the newsprint, isn't it? That's the newsprint smell.
I think it was the ink.
Right.
I've never had a book printed so incorrectly than the one I got back from Brenner.
What did they do to you?
I messed the cover up real bad.
Oh, gotcha.
Not so bad that I didn't sell them.
Right.
So there you go.
I could have raised a stink and hey, I need a discount or whatever. It's like there's a white band here. Who cares? Let's go.
I had a company reach out to me, guys, and they said, "Hey, could you maybe show our product on Kickstarter? Our Kickstarter project? Could you show our Kickstarter project on your show?" We
Is
think
it the shower head?
We think no. We think artists.
It's a vibrating shower head.
No, we think artists may like it, and I sent it to Eric, and Eric and I are both kind of like storage or office supply storage display
aficionados.
We'll come home with like clothes racks from stores and like, look at what I bought from the store, wife.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the wives are like, why'd you bring a clothing rack home?
No, I
Because
would.
it's cool. Yeah.
If I had access to that type of thing, I'd be doing the same thing too. Because I'd be like, oh, we could do this and that and the other thing.
Yeah. I have grid wall, but I take that
That's
to
why
cons.
he took one of my newspaper red boxes for that.
Yeah.
This looks really cool. Can I have one?
Yeah. When I was younger, the supermarket down the street was supermarket. Well, it was down the street. It was a couple blocks away, but they were going out of business. And the guy said he was selling everything. He was selling the shopping cart for $5.
Morning.
And I bought a shopping cart, and I brought it home. I don't know. I just wanted a shopping cart, and I brought it home. My mother was like, "What are you going to do with this shopping cart?" But she put it in the basement, and she said it was really great for moving dirty clothes when she was washing.
There you go. Yeah.
And she said, so it was great. And then, so she said, this is good. See if you can find another one. So we ended up having 2 shopping carts in the basement.
Wow.
One was for dirty clothes. The thing is, they wanted me to show this, and I sent it to Eric, and Eric's like, oh my goodness, I want it. And because I was trying to figure out what I would do with it.
Right.
I'll put it up on screen for you guys. So tell me what you think as an artist, and even as a creative. You got an office. I'm gonna put it up here for you guys. I'll play the video.
Right.
Pop says he's only allowed to bring home filing cabinets to replace comic boxes.
Oh yeah. You got to put a limit on stuff.
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm gonna play the video here for you.
This is a drawer. Simply put your things in it, wait a few days, and voila, your things are magically mixed together, and you can enjoy getting lost in limbo. Unless you actually want to get things done. Meet Otis Rack, a product that completely reimagines how desk drawers should be. Let's face it, drawers never worked. Otis provides flexible, customizable spacing, which helps you easily organize and categorize your things. This makes it much easier to access what you need. And now you might think, wait a minute, can't I just use drawer organizers? Yes, you can. But desk organizers don't always fit right and often add to the clutter. Otis Rack uses movable dividers, which can be adjusted to fit bigger things, smaller things, or whatever you need. Additionally, most organizers only use a small portion of your drawers, leaving tons of wasted space. Otis Rack's efficient design maximizes its usable space. Both Otis Rack units can be used independently or combined into different configurations. It fits different sized desks, even standing desks. To improve workflow, Otis Rack can also be used as a desktop tray. This helps to seamlessly switch between different tasks. Organizing your desk has never been so easy. Say goodbye to clutter and say hello to Otis Rack.
Yeah.
What do you folks think?
I like the idea. I think it combines like if IKEA and Home Depot had a baby, because it reminds me of those Husky tool cabinets that sometimes the toolkits and stuff. Except now you're using the IKEA aesthetic to be more like, oh, you didn't just get all your supplies at Home Depot. So I like the fact that you can hang them off the table. Like I kind of like that. But of course that's the catch, right? That they're $165.
Well, that one is it. There are cheaper ones. There is what they missed in the video.
Oh, that's for both of them, though. Yeah,
they said they're different colors. They didn't mention that in the video. They have different colors.
Suddenly, Varian is intrigued.
Right. You can color code.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, look, I'm, Container Store is, my jam. So it's like, I'm always about trying to organize everything as best as I can.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go there. Again, they reached out to me like, hey, could you maybe, talk to your, maybe your artist to come on your show will be interested in something like this. But,
yeah, I especially like the hanging ones.
Russ says, fuck me. Walked away for 1 minute and we get an ad for people who can't organize their own drawers. Jeez.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Seth says, most artists start off all organized and then it turns into a cluttered mess.
Yeah.
Those do look nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are nice. They're called the what are they called? Shit.
Well, I mean, I'm always
So-
suspicious of.
What was
I mean,
this?
I'm always suspicious of people whose work areas are a little too neat, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, that it's like, you know, I've seen a lot of like these videos of people organizing their craft spaces and whatnot, and it looks like, yeah, but I guess it's easy to keep it clean if you don't actually do any work there. So
Yeah.
So
Chuck says
Yeah.
that reminds me of a movie called Singles. One guy had this great idea for a super train and explains everything with great excitement, but everybody just replies with, "But I like my car."
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I think
As someone who advocates a lot for high-speed rail, yes, I understand.
That, I have to say, to some people, that
Yeah.
junk drawer is organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I-
right
I-
there.
I know Eric Hodson said he wants one, so we'll see when if Eric bought one. We'll see when he gets it in the mail. We'll see if we all need one.
It is a good invention, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, for people that feel that they're not organized.
yeah.
I love my cluttered mess.
I could see having one maybe here, you know, for some of my stuff that I got, you know. But then I got the way this computer desk is made. There's a bar that runs right along it, right alongside the front. So I'm not sure I can actually put that up.
Yeah.
So it
Might
says
not
organized
work.
chaos. Yeah.
Mhm.
And nice organized. You know, it's like the guy we had on the show, the guy that wrote in. You know, his mother-in-law went in his office and cleaned up everything.
Oh no,
And,
no. You do not.
Yeah.
No, you do
Yeah.
not do that.
Jake says the Otis Rex got a massive disadvantage in being prime real estate for small dust bunny town.
Yeah. That's the only. Yeah, it's the cleaning part. You know, it's like you do it once and then you have to do it again 6 months from now. It's like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why you fill it up with clutter, so you don't ever see dust bunny towns. Right?
Every time you open that drawer, you clean it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would if they send me one for free, I'll take a look at it. I think I don't want the hanging one though, not the one that sits on the floor.
yeah, I think the hanging one is the more interesting.
Yeah,
one.
that does
Yeah.
look like a great idea. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hanging one.
Yeah. The other one looks too slender, like it might get kicked over a lot. I'm not sure how heavy it is, but you know, I'm clumsy, so I move, I hit now everything. No. Yeah. So I said I look at it. I looked at it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they need to make one big enough to handle papers and one big enough to handle art.
My Bisley's.
That's probably too late for that.
Yeah.
Or even
Most
comic
everybody
stores.
goes digital.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Well, they have Bisley's that'll handle 11 by 17 boards.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but they're the Bisley's. It's still delicious. You can only get them in the you can only get them in Europe or the Container Store.
They also sound expensive too.
Oh yeah, they color coded. They're gorgeous. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no,
On the wish
I
list.
feel
Varian
you.
has
I
a
feel you,
Bisley
bro.
fetish.
I feel you. Because I'm always on the lookout for storage for 11 by 17.
Every time I think about them, I get all hot and bothered. From Indie Boat Radio, and I want to make you guys listening on Indie Boat Radio 76,104 listening. Thank you. I want to thank Australia. I want to thank Mexico. And that's well, the question we got too from Indie Boat Radio is I'm not reading that. Never mind.
Do we still have China?
No, we don't have
I
China.
was going to say Disney doesn't either. So
You're right. There we go.
Well, I guess I can. read it.
that wasn't worth reading. Are we dredging?
Wow,
I'll read it.
okay.
I'll
We're going to
read
be
it.
dredging the cesspool with a reader
Yeah.
email.
I'm not gonna say the name of the printer because I can't verify.
Please.
And,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna say what the problem is.
So we got a libelous question then.
Yeah.
Or a slanderous
But,
one. I keep confusing which one is which.
Exactly. Yeah. This is from Chris. Chris says hi. He's Chris from Florida, by the way. Says hello.
We're sorry.
Want to put I want to put a printer on blast. I took the name of the printer out for keeping my money, yet printing for keeping my money while not printing my book. They refuse to print my book because in the book I have a villain chasing a young man while screaming, "Kill the
Okay.
F word
Okay.
for it."
No,
Yeah.
F word.
Yeah.
Is it N word?
No, F
No,
word.
F word. The
F
F
F
word.
word.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, not FUCKER one, not that one.
No,
Either.
no.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had the printer phoned me and said that
It rhymes with those little white things often disguised in rice.
yeah.
British
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
This
British
is
cigarettes.
he says that I explained to them that this is the villain chasing down a guy who they intend to hurt, but they tell me that it is hate speech. They will not print it, and according to their terms of service, they can refuse the right to print any hate speech and keep your money. The problem is, this is a crowdfunded campaign. I need to get these books to my backers. Also, by the end of July, I really don't want to take this to court, as the courts will. Oh, I guess the letter got cut off. Yeah, I don't want to take his letter must have got cut off. But the next thing says, "What do you guys think?"
I think you better change that word.
Well, they won't let him change the
Right.
word. They won't let him change it now.
Oh, so they're not even giving him an option to
No,
fix.
no,
They're not allowing him. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
pretty rough.
court then. Yeah, that's court.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the only thing you can do for them, because I mean, they should at least allow him to resubmit a new file.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is that something that he even broached with them?
Well, he says that they will not let him. According to the letter, it says they will not. They told him that they're not printing it, and they're keeping the money. His order's been canceled.
That's ridiculous.
That's
because it's hate speech, and according to the terms of service, it's hate speech.
Well,
they can't.
Also, the question is like, how did he pay for it? Because if you pay for it by PayPal, you can get your money back. If you pay for it by a credit card, you can do a chargeback. If you pay for it by a check, you can dispute the check. I mean, there are a lot of different ways that he can go to try to get his money back. So I mean, I would go all those different routes. I would just give him as much hell as possible. I mean, I would go, if I paid with a credit card, I would go as far as like, yo, I don't know who that is. Somebody stole my card. Give me back my money.
and granted that every company has that choice, what to print, what not to print, perfectly well. But money is money. Right. And if you take money and not provide a service, that's theft.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he does need to pursue that.
Yeah.
No matter what he signed, I don't think that would be even contractually legal without getting some sort of service in return.
We used to do print brokering back in the day. Now JD would never read any of, because that was my first question: who's reading the comics there? You know.
Yeah.
So JD would never. He would just accept the jobs and whatever. But since I had to set up the files, you know, I would be looking at the pieces, the files, and you know, because I'm nosy and all that, I'm reading all these books too. So, you know, and we've gotten some really strange books. And the thing is, though, I had on our website, I had the same disclaimer that we had the right to refuse to print your books. But the thing is, though, to not refund people's money is ridiculous. I mean, so the one time we only had to refuse, well, it was me. It was the only time we had to refuse one book was this, I guess, this model. So we with our thing, we specified that we only print comics and art books. And but also we didn't have a problem with printing pornography. You know, it's like, so if you had adult material and whatnot, we didn't have, but it had to be either a comic or an art book. And this model tried to get around that by taking like all her pornographic images and then maybe putting in like one or two really, really shitty drawings based on these photographs. And I was about to kind of like let her slide. It's like, because like, okay, whatever. Until I got to a series of pictures that she had in the book where she's literally shitting the floor. And I called up Jose and I go, we're not printing this book. I just wanted you to know.
No scat.
Yeah, we're not printing this book. I just wanted you to know. And I'm just going to return everything to the person. And he said, fine. And I just
Are
returned.
you sure that's what I said? Are you sure
Huh?
I didn't argue for
No,
a little
no,
bit?
you said no. You had just said fine. You
okay,
you had just said fine.
I for some reason,
I returned everything, and I think it's like, I don't know if I remember if I think it was at the time we were dealing with checks too. So I returned the guy's check, and it's like, look, we're not. It's like, look, if you want to discuss it, we can discuss it. But I never heard from this person again.
Yeah, because
he
they
figured that out all on his own. Then.
Yeah, exactly. You
They
know?
probably get a lot of that. So
Yeah. But
a lot of printers saying no.
Yeah, but the idea, and mind you, it's like, that was like my limit for me, because it's like the other interesting time that we would get stuff was a month before YoiCon.
Yeah.
When we would get all the boy love stuff. Yeah, all the Yoi girls sending in their boy love stuff. And it was just like, okay. Luckily at the time, the head of the plant was a lesbian. So she was like, so as she's printing, she's reading the books too. So it worked out. But yeah, that was like the only book I had to refuse. But what's the whole thing with holding up the money too? Like, are they challenging him to sue?
Exactly. I mean, because that's the only part that I find like really just hard to swallow. It's just like, all right, you're not going to print the book, that's fine, just return his money. But again, I think he should pursue every recourse,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he's running on a credit card or PayPal or something like that.
Right. And even if he doesn't have, even if he doesn't have access to a lawyer, get the prepaid legal. I swear to God, that stuff works.
Yeah.
I think like your local bar association has access to like pro bono lawyers for this, because they're challenging him.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's what we were saying, at the beginning of the show. It's like they're using soft censorship to justify shady behavior. So it's like, look, if you don't want to print it because you don't want to print it, that's your prerogative. But I don't see why you have to hold on to his money either. You didn't do anything.
Exactly. It's like going into a restaurant, handing him your check when you walk in, and then they give you a cup of water and they charge you $500 for it. It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't get any food. So what's going on?
Yeah.
So
is this a popular printer? Recognizable name? Yeah. Then what you might want to do, Varian, is actually get a hold of them for a response.
Yeah.
Because if that's their kind of printing practices, people should know about it, so that they don't get trapped like this guy.
Right.
And get it could be a great article for indievolt.com.
Because also this is another thing too, related to what we were discussing this at the beginning of the show. It's like they're not even taking into consideration the context of the words. It's like, yes, it's hate speech, but it's being used as hate speech in context to characterization.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not he's writing. This is a manifesto.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this is context. They're completely ignoring the context of the story.
It's coming out the mouth of the villain. It's
right.
Obviously, it's wrong.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. This is just kind of part of that whole thing.
The thing is though, at what point does this printer say to themselves, okay, maybe we shouldn't be doing this thing? What if they get a slew of books with this issue? Right. Do they just stop doing business?
Well, it's quite honestly, I don't think they can do it, because like I said, it's theft. If they're not providing a service, they're in trouble.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That money needs to be returned, or a service needs to be performed. And if they can come up to the guy and say, hey, look, we got a problem with this word.
Right.
We got people here that are triggered or whatever, and can you please change the word? We'll print the book. No, I'm not going to change the word because I have artistic integrity. Oh, well, we're sorry, we can't print the book. Here's your money back.
Right.
That's the way that transaction's supposed to run.
I think some people.
I agree.
I think some people, and I've heard people. Oh, if it's in the contract, you have to buy. Some things in contracts are unethical and illegal.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. And that's where you have to have a judge. I've seen a judge go. Okay.
I would believe that would be illegal.
Yeah. I seen a judge tell a large insurance company once, no, that's illegal. You can't do that.
Right.
Nice try. Nice try putting that in your contract, but that's not going to fly. That's illegal. Just because that, and I don't care that that person signed off on it. This is illegal. You can't make them do that.
Right. Yeah.
And
and if you do take them to court, don't forget the magic word damages.
Yeah.
Right.
That might prompt a second thought on their end.
They're affecting his ability to fulfill a Kickstarter.
Yes.
And if you can throw some stress in there too. Oh, stress.
But again, it's like they're
English.
probably counting on the fact that he's not going to fight them. And you do need to fight.
It does sound like strong arm fraud to me.
Yeah, because just the fact that they won't allow him to make changes, replace the file, they're literally just like, no, that's it. We keep your money. And it's like, what? No, that's not how that works.
You also have to wonder, and that's why I think an Indie Volt article might be needed for this. That printer might actually think that they're virtue signaling and that it's there. We're just going to keep the money, keep that thing from being printed because it's got so much hate speech in it.
Yeah.
You know, they could be internally inflicting damage on this guy just because he used a word that has become inappropriate.
I get it.
And I would encourage that guy to pursue it till he got his money back, and to definitely spread around that word damages.
Question for you guys. This is from personal message was sent to me. Personal message. Artist contacts you. Artist says, "Hey, looking to make some money."
Oh boy.
Now, I'm in a different country than you. So your money's worth a little bit more than mine. Now this is happening to another artist I know. So, but I was just messaged about it. And chat, feel free to weigh in.
Before you jump into that, I just want to. Chuck here comes back in, says, "I'm just saying this is a slippery slope. There's absolutely no difference between using a hateful word, especially in context, in a swastika or Confederate flag, etc. I guarantee you Hitler used the N-word, or a more modern Putin, and a comic that portrays one of these guys realistically might need to use a word like that or Jewish slur. It's okay, not print, but give the guy his money back. I agree." Well, that's the guy. The printer has the right to refuse their service.
Right. They have the right. We're not saying they don't.
In most states, we're not arguing that at all because every corporation has that right. That's why everybody's now being censored on Facebook and eBay and all of this, because these corporations they can make their own rules for their platforms because they're not protected by free speech or any of this. They are their own country. Pretty much in the web. The problem is it's not giving the guy his money back or not giving him an opportunity to change the file and then printing the book after all, because you would think they'd want the money, but it sounds to me again almost like they're virtue signaling and thinking that they're making a mark keeping that guy's money when it's illegal.
Right. Yeah, we'll keep the money when to print the book. You go away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that needs to be pursued, and a little slap needs to be done on that wrist.
You change the words, resubmit the book or print it.
Right.
And then, but I'm pretty sure they'll do that if he has to pay again.
I'm sure one quick form letter from a lawyer is going to change their mind, and that money will pop right back up in his.
As litigious people want to make themselves out to be, they're actually not. They just want it enough to scare people into doing what they want, not necessarily to go all the way with it.
See, and they might have pulled this before with somebody that just went away.
Yeah, exactly.
I would get my money back, honestly, at this point, and just not do business with them, or give them to print it and then just try to find a different printer.
I would get my money back and then start screaming. Is what I would do, especially if this is a name printer, because everybody needs to know that these guys are shady.
Yeah,
exactly.
And of course, I'll tell you guys who it is
today. Because today it's that word. Tomorrow it's like, oh, you showed a titty, and then tomorrow it's
exactly
like,
right.
Oh, there's something else in here that triggered somebody, in the plant. It's like, no, there's your slippery slope.
Yep.
It
is. That's what Chuck was talking about earlier.
The thing is, so the artist tells you, Your money. There's a difference between your money and their money. Your American money might be worth more. Your British pound money might be worth more than theirs. And this is, hey, I'll do a comic for you. I'll do a 200-page, 300-page comic for you at $1 a page. $1 a page. You just have to pay me up front. Red flag.
Right. Nice. Yeah, good try, buddy. Good try, buddy. So how about you send me $300? I'll write the story for you.
Red flag, right? Red flag, right?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just tiny. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That wasn't on
me draw you long time.
There you go.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't I wasn't
That's gonna get clipped.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't
long time.
I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't I hadn't thought that was a bit shady.
I mean, is this the
Oh,
new,
no, that's not
like
shady
Russian
at all.
models? Russian models. Oh, I'm me lonely.
But what's sad?
I hear you want artwork.
So what's really sad and insidious about it is that younger people who are first coming into the industry could fall for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
People who don't know. You understand? I could see someone young, 18, 19 years old. They're like, oh, this guy's willing to do this. All I got to do is send him $300 or $200, and he'll draw my whole comic. And then he has some sock account that he sends the money to, and that'll be the end of that.
Yeah. Thanks for the money, sucker.
Talk about catering to an audience, though. I mean, scammers are really something. I mean, imagine if they put that effort into actually doing something.
Anything to get that money, and there's a sucker born every minute.
Really,
somebody would fall for that.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Varian's like, how many accounts can I develop?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is that knowing how many people JD has been dealing with overseas and how many artists he contacts and whatnot, and the thing is, though, it is inexpensive. You can get really good inexpensive artists.
No, it's not inexpensive. It's less expensive.
Right, it's less expensive. Okay,
right, but it's not yet.
Well, I know that Jade started off at $15 a page. So
she's nowhere near that now.
Well, that's true too. Right, yeah. This is after like 10 years worth of work. Yeah. But the thing is, though, you really have to recognize that $1 a page is a huge red flag.
Yeah, but especially it's like, hey, I'll do a 100-page comic for you for $1 a page. Just send me the $100 now.
That's a huge red flag. Nobody does artwork for $1.
Right. Well, I could only imagine what it would look like.
Right. Jeez. Well, that's true. But the whole point is that you wouldn't get anything for $1 either.
Yeah.
Yep. You might get some stick figures. Really fast.
I'm shocked. I'm not. I wish I could say I was shocked, but you start putting pieces together. And you're like, oh, really? That was the deal you were offered? It reminds me of the old. I knew a young lady who used to. No club photo gag. You're in the club, you're dancing with your friends, having a good time. Someone walks up to you. They say, "Hey, can I take you guys a picture?" And they're like, "Yeah, go ahead."
That whole Times Square stuff. You get every single one of those scams on Times Square.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, your picture looks great. Want to come and take a look at it? Hey, yeah. You want to keep the memory? $20 for the photo."
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I don't eat what? $20 for the photo.
Yeah.
Like, no. Matter of fact, delete that photo of me. Delete that image. I don't want you using it on Facebook or something.
Well, yeah, it's like also another thing is that's like, oh, so what's your name? And then they sign it, and it's like, oh, now you owe me $20 because I signed this CD for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one. Yeah.
Yeah. That old gag.
I could have sworn there was an artist doing that. One of the artist alleys at some show.
Maybe.
Yo, razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yo, razzle dazzle. I call it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I came across a young
So I'd buy
lady.
that for $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. I came across a young lady at one show, and I was like, "Oh, cool. How much is the book?" She was like, $8, and she was like, "Oh, but it's 15 with my signature."
And it's like,
And I was just like,
who are you?
I was like, "What?" It was seriously. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I don't see Stanley sitting at your table. I don't see Neil Adams."
But not for nothing. She predates the Kickstarter model.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Man. I want. Speaking of Kickstarter, check it out.
Chuck says you get what you pay for all the time, every time. If it looks like a duck,
Yeah.
There you go.
there
Exactly.
we are. We were just passing
Nice.
through 1 through 4.
Right.
Yes.
This is artwork you definitely don't get for $1.
No.
No dollar artwork here, huh?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's my latest campaign. It's looking we're doing well. Well, we're obviously looking to do more well. Right. The thing is it's still very early on. And what's funny is I hadn't even advertised it yet that we've blown past 2 stretch goals. Right. So I have to get on the ball and start announcing these things. But we've already passed 2 stretch goals. So I have 2 trading cards that are in the wings to be put out, and another one at 2,500. So, and I'm looking to do a set of 9 cards. So hopefully, we'll see if we'll make it that far. I think we have a good chance. And one of the things we're offering up is for the first 41 physical backers, and I still have room for it. I think I have to have 20 room. Is I have a bunch of giveaways. So I'm giving away this sticker. Giving away that sticker, and I'm giving away that, and that is actually a coaster, and then we're also giving away this little acrylic pin. So yeah, so all that stuff will be going out to the first 41 physical backers. Then also with the campaign, we're also giving out, this is also available, and that is a cloisonné or hard enamel pin. Dash, they're the same thing, cloisonné and hard enamel?
I'm not sure. Because, now that you mention it, it's like, well, yeah, nobody says cloisonné anymore.
Yeah, that's really weird.
They just said either hard enamel or soft enamel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, we have the 2 books that we're giving out. And we still have issues 1 and 2 available. So those are still available on the Kickstarter, as well as these 2, which are alternative covers to Passing Queens and Making Homes. This is issue 7 and 8. So these are like catch-ups for anyone who hasn't had these. So those are available as add-ons and as their own separate level. So yeah, so that's where we're at. And like I said, we're zipping along, and we're gonna probably hopefully hit 2,500 soon. That'll be another trading card. So that'll be coming up.
Trading cards. You know how I feel about trading cards.
No,
Very.
How do you feel about trading cards?
I love
you like them?
I love them.
Oh,
yeah. I just hope that I bought a lot of card sleeves, and I'm going to do them so quickly because I'm trying to keep the stuff all separate. So I got some trading cards here from another book I got that I guess I can't. Yeah, I can show this one. Yeah. I can show this
like I said, I have those too. I put together like a little book. That's not what is it?
Shadow Century.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that. They included a very nice metal bookmark.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice metal bookmark. I got an Anthony Figueroa metal bookmark of Wolverine. It was slightly. It was. I was at the con and I said, "Anthony, give me that."
Anthony.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. And then I'm like, hand it over, man. And I got it. And I'm like, I'm not paying money for this. It's just like I'm going over here now. Excuse me. And,
wow.
You come back by Anthony. Look at that print. It's dented. It is. Yeah. I'll take it off your hands for you. I was at
So you're operating under the same rules as that printer?
Oh yeah. It's dented. I'm not paying for this. I was at a convention and friend of mine, Chris Enoch, he is very particular about how his prints come out. And he used a new printer, and they had shipped his prints to the show.
Okay.
So he got his prints, and he did not like them at all. So they told him, they said, well, just because some were damaged. He's like, this is horrible. He's like, this is bad. He's taking the bad prints out, and he's just tossing them. I'm like, what are you doing those, Chris? And he's like, yeah, I'm just throwing them away. I'm tearing them up. And I'm like, can I tear them up, Chris? And he's like, yeah, here. And he gives me the print, and I rip it at the table. And people are like, what the hell? Because they think I'm just being a dick at his table because the show's open. And I'm like, oh, damn, that feels good. It's ripping his heart up right in front of him. Like, this sucks. And it was great. I said, oh, this feels good to me. I'm gonna go stuff in the trash too. Oh, so cathartic. Anyway,
yeah, I thought you were gonna run off with them and be like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of these for you at my table.
Yeah, I should have.
Selling them.
Yeah, I should have.
For $1.
$1, exactly.
He's had enough of that. So he did a Harley Quinn print, and he was at a show, and he was walking around, and he went by a guy's table, and the guy had his print on a very nice 26 by 32 gallery wrapped canvas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, wait. And he says, that print there,
don't let BuZz see you do that.
Yeah, and he's like, do you have the rights to this? Now, even though it was a Harley Quinn print that he did, so he didn't, but it was still his art.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh yeah, we got the license. He's like, I don't think you do, because I'm the artist. And but he was smart, because before he went over there, he told the convention promoter, hey, this guy's got my art. And the people, they gave it to the convention, as I recall. I could be wrong, but I believe they gave it to the convention. I'm 90% sure they gave it to the convention, and the convention auctioned it off for charity.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's usually the only good thing to do with that.
Yeah.
There was a comic store in Texas that was doing that. They were taking artwork off of DeviantArt and making canvas prints. And I think it was Art Germ that tried to call them out, and they blocked him. Yeah,
I remember I was at a show, and I saw a friend of mine, his artwork was at this guy's table, and I was just like, whoa. I'm like, why is John's work here? So I immediately got on the phone. I said, well, before I jump the guy, I said, let me call John. And so I called John, and he's just like, no, that guy, no, he licensed out my stuff. I was like, oh, okay. So so that was an official thing. I said, I was like, all right, cool, nice. So then I actually went over to the guy's table, and I spoke to him. He was actually a broker for a lot of different artists from all over the country. And I actually ended up buying a Wonder Woman T-shirt for one of my coworkers.
So there you go. So it all worked out in the end.
Exactly. But that's actually a pretty cool service that I've seen some guys offer, where they go around to different shows that you can't get to for various artists.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just got another question from Indie Book Radio, and this is actually for Daphne. And, I'm sorry. It was so. And it actually is from last night. It says, Daphne, you said that you are going to be doing a video testing out colors. But they say you didn't say when you were going to do it.
Oh well, I'm gonna try to. I'm waiting for my sketch covers to come in, so it's definitely going to be. I'm going to start working on it by either tomorrow, this weekend, or next week.
Yeah, they said
this is for all my sketch covers.
Yeah, if you pop over to her YouTube, Daphne, what's her YouTube? It's Ego Raven.
No. It's right? My YouTube is Daphne Lage Art. DAPHNE LAGE Art ART.
Go over to her page, check it out. Subscribe over there. And
I already have a review video for the Blick Studio markers, so that's there. And also I have a whole multi-liner video too, if you want to check that out too. I have but the artist lofts, because I have to do so many sketch covers, I had to buy more markers on top of the ones that you sent me. So there's definitely going to be a lot of footage coming soon with that.
And Marv wants to know, he's considering launching his campaign. on July 4th, which is a Sunday.
Monday.
Wants to know what you guys think of that.
Do it Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday, Marvy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He sent me that question. He sent that question to me
Yeah,
personally.
he sent me that question earlier as well. Yeah.
You think Monday? What do you think, Randy? Monday?
Monday's always better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Either that or on a Friday after everybody, most everybody gets paid. Yeah. End it late on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because also it's like, especially 4th of July is such a
Yeah.
major holiday.
You know
Well,
what?
he might want to do that to tie it into his character, though.
Well, that's true, but again, it's like it's a major like I had a Tall Tales Kickstarter scheduled for that same Monday, and I'm like going, you know what, I'm gonna push this back a little bit. One, because I'm not done yet, and two, it's the 4th of July, and I really it's too major of a holiday to kind of start a campaign.
Well, not where he's at.
Well, no, but
Yeah,
of his, but I'll put dollars to dimes that most of the people supporting his campaign will be from the United States.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Marv too. I know he'll be listening to this later. He might want to consider printing here and finding an American friend to send his books out.
Yeah, I wonder if there was if he only had people he could contact to do that. Sure.
Sure. I wonder how many American friends he has that he can.
No, but really though, that'll save him a lot of money on shipping too.
Even Russ says don't launch on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then too, try not to end on the weekend because Sim had an issue being international. Simon Potier, he says it took him. I think it took him 3 months to get his money.
Ooh, really?
I mean, because he ended he was international. He had to get a U.S. bank account. And that was an issue, but it was something about ending on a weekend that really messed him up.
It's weird. That was just like the final.
Yeah. Now, was that a Kickstarter or Indiegogo?
Indiegogo.
Okay.
But I would have thought that they would have handled the international. They would have handled the international banking thing before he even launched. I mean, Kickstarter doesn't even allow me to move past a certain point.
Yeah.
If your bank account's not verified.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but really, Marv. Stay away from the 4th of July. Most of your people are probably going to be from the United States anyway, and have your book printed here so that your shipping costs are low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Lola's chiming in. She says Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday is better because on Monday people. Oh, because on Monday people have hangover. The day after.
Wow.
The day after.
Monday, Lola has hangover.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe for but usually we're not drinking something called liquid cocaine, okay?
William was able to. William played the clip of Lola on his show last night. Blowing chunks, which is awesome.
No.
I want to. I also ask you, JD, now because Are you noticing people? Do you think people have any problems finding? Because it doesn't say, it doesn't have Oswald. It doesn't. It's on the campaign, but in the title. Yeah. Do you think people have any trouble finding it? Or are you?
I don't think so. What's really funny is I'm seeing a lot of names that are new. And I was discussing this with Daphne yesterday, and I was like, I'm wondering, and the traction was really fast on it. So it was just,
this is the fastest campaign. Like it funded while he was on Meredith and Nita's show.
Right.
Like it's like in an hour, it's like he funded. He's never had a campaign do that before.
Move quite that quickly.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if it's the pin. I don't know if it's just finally word of mouth has gotten out there just enough. But I also have some huge levels on there that a couple of people backed. So that's obviously a factor. But what I'm thinking also is maybe since I have all these new names, is since I didn't name it the Oswald Chronicles, maybe their algorithm thinks this is something brand new, like a new title, and that's why they're pushing it. So I'm just wondering if that could be the case. Because, the Oswald Chronicles, I've done, I don't know, 10, 12, 14, I don't know how many of them I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe that's happening. But
this is a recreation. I want everybody to know about this. This is a recreation of what happened when I told Randy I didn't know who Wally Wood was.
Right there, yeah.
Who?
How dare you?
Who? You don't know who?
Mhm. Yeah, we all have that moment in our life.
Sit down.
Have a seat.
Yeah, I was made to sit down, and I do. And it doesn't mean getting chased out the village, chased out the con. I was rescued by Lola, carrying me away.
Quickly.
And the art on this is. I like the speed lines back there, man. That it makes me want to do it in some of my comics. And then you find out people like I'll try to do this and I do it by hand, and then I realize somebody did it digitally and I get mad.
Right,
I did it by hand.
Yeah, because that's all because she uses Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and that has all the templates in it and everything. Yeah. No, unlike me, it's like I'm still doing all this by hand. So
yeah. But I mean, doing it digitally has its advantages.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning how to do it by hand too, because you can replicate that when someone comes to a con and says, "Hey, I like that panel. Could you do me a picture like that?" Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to. I can kind of get there. I'm just gonna have to break out the old ruler and slide all over the page. Let's see here. What do we have? And you're showing a lot of art from this. How many pages is this?
It's a good question. I think both issues are 24 pages.
Okay.
But the books are 32 because I have actually a short story that I'm running in the background as those last 4 pages.
And there's the pen.
There's the pen.
Coming to my hat very soon.
Yes.
I've backed it. It's like one of those pens. So coming to my hat.
Yeah,
very, very soon.
that pin came out. It took forever though to get to it. JD was like with like 37 different colorways. Is it better like this or is it better like that? You like to get this combination or you like that combination? Like this or like that? It's like it was like that for like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. And the kicker is that color version that's on there is the original color version that we always had.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
That's the kicker. We were like, screw it, we're just gonna go with the one that Dave Montoya originally had. Fine, because I was just like red on red. I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah, I can understand, but it generally is that way. You do 30 different versions, and then you go back to the original and say, you know what, I'm just gonna.
Chuck, the name of the campaign is "We Were Just Passing Through."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you can catch up with this. You can catch them in this tier. I mean, in this campaign, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I have. Yeah. That's a catch up tier. So it's for issues 7 and 8 of the alternative covers.
Okay.
So, yeah, because I was gonna do that as a separate campaign, and I was like, oh, you know what? I got so much stuff going on. I was like, I just put them together. But yeah, but it's a good thing. I already had a bunch of people. I had a few people back that level.
This is I keep waiting for JD. I know JD's working on stuff behind the scenes, and he won't tell us. But I'm going to start leaking information, even if it's just rumors.
What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Just ask.
There's a Oswald motion comic coming at some point. I'm just gonna start just leaking.
Oh, the 3D model.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start leaking all types of information. Is not true. Like, it won't be true, but I'll say it, and then
you see, the funny thing is that we can technically neither confirm nor deny any of that because we have no idea what he's doing the model for. So.
Yeah,
I'll just make up stuff, and two, it's good for marketing. It's R&D. Hey, the people want that. Okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. It's hey, did you know there's Oswald cookies coming? That's right. I want Oswald cookies.
Yeah, cookies. Energy drink.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I should release a line of bow ties.
There you go.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Oh my God.
Aggressive
Bow ties, scarves.
I searched Comic Live and now I'm here. Cute Mouse. What is the book called? Great name. And thanks, Aggressively Relaxing. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, we do the show every Thursday morning. We have Live Wire on Tuesday night. And it's about time for us to start heading out of here.
Yeah, I just put a link to Oswald in the chat.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna put it in the description of the video too. When we sign off.
I constantly say she's a smart one in a relationship. You know, so.
I know.
Thanks, Chuck. It is fun.
I know I'm the more exhausted one.
Chuck just backed it. So thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
The cool thing about another one, a lot of the campaigns that Daphne and JD do, as well as it usually, and I'm pretty sure it's the same with this case, the books are in hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you.
So he's already got the books. So
yeah, these are my printer proofs. So
here, I just covered him up. Here, boom, there.
Yeah.
Now
those are my printer proofs. So they're ready to go. The files are done. They're ready, and as soon as the campaign is done, we place the order with the printer. And we don't wait to get our cash. We just place the order and we get the books. Hopefully, usually within a week. Worst case scenario, 2 weeks, and then we just pack it all up and send it all out.
Yeah.
Let me show this thing one more time, so just everybody can see. That's the pin.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a pretty big size pin too. That's not
a pretty pin.
Yeah. And then this is the other pin that, like I said, with the first 41 backers, and this is an acrylic pin.
Yeah.
So that's why this one I can give that one away.
Yeah.
These are a little bit more expensive. So I have to sell those.
That's a big pin too, because I got to put it on the hat, but I'm like, man, I don't know. It's gonna take a big chunk of space, huh?
Yeah. I get some real estate on that hat.
Yeah.
This hat space for rent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where can you be found at Mr. Calderon?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and DeviantArt, all under JD Calderon. You can also find me on YouTube under JD Calderon, where I have my weekly show, Indie Comics Explained, where I get together with these two fine gentlemen. Once in a while, Daphne will join us, and we'll discuss all various things about comics and such. And sometimes I'll interview individual creators.
And
again, your campaign is We Are Just Passing Through 1 through 4 and some alt covers available now on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's physical rewards, there's digital rewards, there's all kinds of stuff on there for you.
And they say we never talk about Kickstarter campaigns. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like who are these people?
Just the people that don't watch as much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jump to conclusions anyway.
Yeah.
Miss Lage.
You can head over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you like seeing sketches and current work in progress and the occasional shit post. That's there on Facebook. And you can also check out my YouTube channel for semi-weekly art streams, live streams. I literally forgot it was Wednesday yesterday, so that's why I didn't have one. And you can also read the first 5 issues of Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format there. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a Lord of the Rings type adventure, you can go follow the link to Tall Tales online, TAILS, and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free there. And also don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, because we have hella campaigns coming up till the end of the year, so you don't want to miss anything.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's been.
It's been crazy.
And no sign of letting up either.
No.
Aggressively Relaxing was asking for links to JD's channel, and Jake's been posting links in the chat ever since.
Yes, thank you, Jake. We can always count on Jake.
Thank you very much.
Jake
and Pops and Joe have been great.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I keep getting I keep getting letters. Guys, informed delivery. If you don't have it, it's a nice service to have when it's working. But they can also really confuse you because sometimes I get scans from mail I'm going to get in 2 days instead of the mail is coming that day.
Yeah.
But I'm really tired of making stuff look like checks. I'm like, hey, am I getting some money? And you realize it's paper.
Yeah.
It's paperwork. Anyway.
Yeah.
I like it though because I know when my comics are coming. I know I get like a update that hey, you got a package coming. Yes.
Yeah, I have that set up with UPS, and it's like it's like they send the tracking number, and then it's like, oh, I think I'm getting something today, and it's like, oh, it's actually tomorrow or the next day. Like,
I have a UPS and I have a USPS, and it's nice to have. It's a nice service, because the thing is though. It's if any package is coming to your house, so they don't tell you if it's for you. It can be for anybody.
Yeah.
Right. And normally, they scan it.
Bob says Jamaica just called and I won the Mega Millions. LMAO says the dude got mad when I laughed at him.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, Hey, at least he didn't offer you a graphic novel at $1 a page.
Sure.
What are you laughing
Just
at?
pay in advance.
Yeah.
Wow,
that is such a specific scam. That is.
Oh, wait till
talk about knowing your audience.
Wait till I tell you guys more about it. Mr. Zim, how about you? Where can he find
Hey,
you?
folks, you can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Twitter under Randy Zim. You can find Arrow Comics 4.0 on Linktree, where they have links to the Instagram page, the Twitter page, the Facebook page, the wherever page. There's also a YouTube channel called Arrow Comics 4.0, where I swear there's more content coming up there shortly. And right now I'm just working on getting the company going, getting a promotional package together for everything we're offering the first couple of months. And I can't wait to show you a lot of these products. They're really awesome. We'll get that done here within the next couple of days. We'll start making announcements about things coming your way or towards the retailer. And again, Arrow Comics will be available exclusively through Liberty Distribution. That's LEDG.us. So if you are a retailer, you want to go over there and take a look at what Liberty has to offer. They're just getting rolling, even though Varian's been working on this for a number of years. And if you're a retailer out there, it'll be worth your time to sign up and get in on that. I think that's the one without the recording. Yes. LEDG.us. Go over there and check them out. So, and then I will be back Sunday morning for the Sunday Funnies program, where we'll host a program hopefully aimed at the more lighter and more fun side of comics and funny books. So we'll see you then. Then Varian and I will be back on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. for the live wire broadcast, along with whoever else that we can get, Indie Princess and a few others, Indie Princess and Daphne on Wednesday nights for Geekasm at 9 p.m. Varian, myself, and Daphne for the here next Thursday for the Breakfast Buzz as well.
And a couple cool things we're gonna have too for the next. I think it's coming week. This next coming Breakfast Buzz. A couple new segments. It's funny that Aggressively Relaxing mentioned. He says on this channel he records spam calls while explaining to the telemarketer they're my co-host on a pop culture YouTube show and review comics at them, which is very funny. I have to check that out. I'm gonna subscribe to that. That sounds awesome. But I am doing the Comic Con next weekend, where I phone up people in the industry, and I prank them on the phone.
Oh, it's like Crank Yankers.
Kinda, yeah.
Without the puppets.
Yeah. Without puppets, it's just gonna be me. Just now, they'll be pre-recorded because if it's live, I don't want certain language being used.
Yeah, gotta bleep that out for your sponsors.
Yeah. But it's going to be very fun. I do have one already recorded. I don't have it edited yet, so you guys are gonna like it. But that and I believe I think we'll have our weather next week too.
We'll have a weather report.
We'll have a weather report, our convention weather report, convention weather and forecast.
Yeah. It's all important for everybody that has to drive to shows.
That's right.
True. That's
Very
true.
important. Very important.
Very important.
So, you know, and of course it'll be in the Indie Volt style, which means nitwittery, right? Nitwittery. You know, we can't do anything straight around here.
One dash of nitwittery with another dash of buffoonery.
That's right. That's right.
Let the shenanigans commence.
That's right. Thank you guys for watching. KYD_V on Twitter. WillMeRiot.com, my website. Check out IndieVote.com, IndieVoteAwards.com for your shows, for our award show. Also, if you want to listen on IndieVote Radio, download the app on Google Play, or if you have an iPhone, Stream Up or Tune In. You can also listen in live with Alexa, or go to the IndieVote.com website. There's a player right there on the front of the website. You can listen in as well. And if you watch TV, and who doesn't, IndieVote TV on Roku. It's free streaming network that we have. Independent movies, music, some wrestling. We got some original series coming very soon. It's free on Roku. Check it out today. And if you want to send a question into us, IndieVoteLive@IndieVote.com is the way to do that. Include IndieVote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less so I can put them on a card and read them, and we can make fun of you.
And remember, folks, no problem, too big or small. We even do advice to the lovelorn. And remember, our feedback will be better because of your setback. Hashtag get an education. Hashtag IndieVote.
That needs to be on the shirt. Well, we need to put that on the shirt, Randy.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. Remember, try to leave this industry a better place than you found it. And buy, and then Daphne says it too. Buy indie comics,
especially ours.
Yes. Yeah. Have a great Thursday, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll take us out of here.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you Sunday.
Ciao.
Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
All right.
See you then.
Thank you.
Stay healthy.
How dare you?
Everything's perfectly all right now.